So this may come as a surprise to some of y'all, but I have never been pregnant. No, seriously though, let me let you in on a secret on how I feel about women being pregnant. I think it's weird. Look, I always have. All right, so don't judge me. Anytime I see a beautiful, soon-to-be mama with her adorable baby bump, all I can think to myself is that has to come out of you somehow. And let me keep it real with you. Then I start to be so glad and honestly happy even that I am not the one that has to figure out how to get that slimy growing thing that's inside of you out of my body. Then I look around and I start to think about the fact that all of us were once slimy growing things, and then a whole psychological cycle starts to go through my head, and pregnancy is weird. Okay? And look, I know that there are some of you right now thinking, Tyler, it's beautiful, or being pregnant was one of the best experiences of my life. You know what? Listen. I had a friend of mine who was pregnant, and she got diabetes from being pregnant. Diabetes from carrying a baby. Then she had to take shots while she was pregnant. And that was her first kid. And you know what? She has 2 kids. That means she went through baby diabetes. And yes, I know there's some kind of technical name for it, like diabetes or something. But the point is she went through that ish twice. And I've never once questioned a pregnant woman's experience. What it was like for her to carry a baby or to give birth. That's a life experience I will never be able to fully understand. Thank you, Jesus. Love you for it. All right. So I was in my bedroom in Scotts Valley, California, right outside of Santa Cruz, California. And my mentor at the time, Roger Valsey, called me and said, hey, Tyler, I'm going to need you to wake up and turn on your television. There was something in the tone of his voice that let me know that I wasn't about to miss a new episode of 24 or something. With my phone frozen in my hand and tears slowly beginning to build in my eyes, I watched with the rest of the world as planes flew into the World Trade Center. Now, out of respect for my friends who are watching this across the world that even the memory is triggering for them, I won't go into any more detail. But so many of us remember that exact moment, where we were, what the room we were in felt like. What's crazy is that so many of us, it feels like that was yesterday, but that was 19 years ago, which means there are kids that graduated from high school just last year that only know the depth of what happened that day through the stories that we as people who lived through that have experienced, that we tell them. And because 9/11 was something that we lived through as a country, as a people, no one ever questions our experience because we all have our own story from that time. So on some level, it's something that we all shared and can all relate to or understand. So our experience is then validated because it's something that we all get, that we all went through. To this moment, my heart still breaks for the lives lost and families that were affected by that day. And listen, I didn't lose anyone personally that day, but it has never for a second crossed my mind to question the experience to those who did. I think you can see where I'm going with this. Whether it be tragedy that we all share, or the I will never not see it odd experience of carrying a baby in your belly, like inside of you, like a living thing, that's weird. Some experiences are yours and some are not. And it's okay simply to say, I may not understand what you've been through, but I empathize with your experience, an experience that is not mine. And listen, when we do that, when we can empathize with someone else's story, it allows our hearts and our minds to soften to things that other people have been through that we may never experience ourselves. But through empathy, we are able to stand, love, and sometimes even fight alongside those that have different life experiences than we do. That is the power in believing in someone else's story. That is the power of empathy. That's the power of loving someone else that is different than you. Be safe and be good to each other, my friends.